Okay, right? So you copy and paste member type there. Now you have a complete table. Now you have to use, now when you have the selection like this, press escape. So the selection goes, and here we need to increase the width, and here we need to use the VLOOKUP, right? So click on FX, VLOOKUP. If you don't have VLOOKUP, just type VLOOKUP here, VL double O, and click on go, double click on VLOOKUP, right? The first parameter is the common field lookup value. It is the common field for both tables, right? You select this one, the matching field. Table array is the whole lookup table, which is in details, this whole lookup table right here. And since I'm going to copy this down to other cells, I need to lock this cell range. So I press function key F4 in the keyboard. If you are using on the laptop, you will have to use the FN key, and with the FN key, you will have to press F4 sometimes without FN key. But in the exam, no worries, because you are using a desktop computer. Column index is the number of the column where you want the values from the lookup table. So this column is number 1, this is number 2. So you need values from number 2, column number 2. As a habit, for range lookup, you either put 0 or false. Why do you do that? Because then we don't have to worry if the lookup table is not sorted. Even if there's an unsorted lookup table, when you put 0 or false, it'll find an exact match, right? It tells here even find an exact match, put false or 0. Okay, that's how we do it. Drag it down, and don't forget to check the values. For level 1, we should have 230. For level 3, we should have 340. Just randomly check whether your answers are correct, values are correct. Right, next. So easier. Use one spreadsheet function to display the cost of ski pass that includes 20% discount if the cost of the equipment hire is more than 300. Okay, some students may get this completely wrong, right? I saw some students doing that. I'm not in this class. They were given the discount to the equipment hire. Here the discount is given for the ski pass. Display the cost of ski pass that includes a discount of 20% if the equipment hire is more than 300, right? So right here in details, we have the ski pass value, right? So we have to use if condition here, if statement, because we are checking a condition. Insert if logical test is equipment hire. You check whether equipment hire is greater than 300, right? They say greater than 300, more than 300. So you don't need to put equal, right? So if you're putting equal, remember, you need to put equal after the greater than sign, not before. Understand? Understand? Tell me if I'm lagging, okay? Did you hear what I said all this time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So we don't need the equal sign here. If this condition is true, right, what are we going to do? We're going to give a 20% discount. If you are giving a 20% discount, that means if the value is 100, you are selling it at 80. If the value is 100%, you are selling it at 80%. So what you can do is you can go and take the ski pass and multiply it by 80% to find the discounted price. That's easy. Otherwise, you have to, take the ski pass, deduct ski pass into 20%. You have to find the 20% from the ski pass and deduct it from the ski pass. So instead, multiplying by 80% is pretty easy. If it is false, if this condition is false, you are going to display that 150. Okay. So one thing I missed here was absolute cell addressing. We need to lock this cell because I'm going to copy the formula to other cells. So if you forgot to do that initially, don't worry. Just click in between the column name and the row number, press F4, lock it. Here also B18, click in between, F4, simple. Okay, copy down. You can see for numbers which are more than 300, you get 120. That's correct, right? Now the total cost is the addition of these two, like that. Drag it down. Then they ask us to calculate the total cost of equipment hire, which is the total of all these. For that, I showed you the auto sum. Go and click on auto sum. It selects the area or the cells for us, but that is wrong because you can see this blank cell is also selected. Just manually select the correct cells and press enter. Simple as that. Right. Format the members worksheet so that currency values show currency symbol with euro with no decimal places. Right. So what are the currency values? We have all these and this one. Right. So select this first and press Control. While pressing Control, you select this. Done. And then go and drop this down and select euro as a symbol. When you do that, you can see the number formatting becomes accounting. Okay. If you want, you can have it as accounting. If you really want currency format, you can just drop this down. Don't select from here because it's pounds. Go to more number formats and select currency. Simple. And then remove the decimal places to 0 and OK. Pretty easy with no decimal places. Headings are wrapped to use space efficiently, which means you highlight the headings and select wrap text. Now you don't see this still until you reduce the width of the column and increase the height of the row. So that you can do later on because they want us to print this in formula view. Headings are wrapped. All data is visible, the row and column headings to be seen. So first we'll change the view to formula view. How do you do that? You go to formulas and select show formulas. Expand the columns where you have the formulas. That's very important. Many students fail to do that. You can reduce these columns, right? And increase the height, reduce the width so that you can take them into 2 lines. That's the effect of wrapping. That's all right because they want to check these formulas. Okay, once you do that, we are ready to check the print preview. So go and change the layout. Go to layout here and size to A4. Orientation. I think they have asked you to change the orientation to landscape. So change the orientation to landscape. Margins to narrow. Set it to narrow so that you can get the maximum space, right? Then you go to file, print. There you go. But still you cannot print because they want you to add column headings and row headings. Okay, so how do you do that? You go to page setup and select sheet and select grid lines and row and column headings. Grid lines and row and column headings. Okay, there you go. So you have the column headings like this and row headings like that, and you have the grid lines as well. Understand? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So this is where we stopped. Nilakshi, did you get what I explained?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the recording is there. I will share the recording. You do it on your own and send me the work, right? And if you have any problems, any issues, let me know. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right. So we'll move to this
Okay,
one.
sir.
Enter formula to calculate the percentage length of ski run type. Now this is in details worksheet. So we can leave this here for the moment. Or shall we turn it back to normal view? Yes. We'll go to formulas. You don't do it. Wait, I will give you the chance. So you go to formulas and deselect show formulas. And then if you want to expand these columns, what you can do is highlight all the column headings like this. Just click on column heading A and drag and select all the column headings and increase one of the column headings. Simple as that. There you go. Right? Again, right? Just highlight all the column headings like this. Right? Click on the heading, okay? Not the first cell, the heading like that. And then you drag one of the column headings. Everything will be set to the same size. Okay. But our work has to be done in this details worksheet, right? Enter a formula to calculate the percentage length of each ski run type. Okay. Now you can see here we have different ski run types. We have different lengths and we have 108. We didn't do this, no? Did it? Did you do this? We don't?
Yes, sir.
We did this or not?
We did it, sir.
We did it.
Yes, sir.
Really? Then how come you haven't sent me a screenshot? Oh yeah, we have done it, no? We have answered the last one also, right? The last theory question. Yeah, this one also we have answered. So why did you tell me? Anyway, Nilakshi missed it now. It's okay. Right. So it's just like a recap, okay? So here we have the total length in kilometers, right? And we have the ski run type, the length in kilometers, right? So you can see the total length is the addition of all these, right? See, 6 plus 4 plus 8. We didn't do the fact sheet part. What is the fact sheet part? We know what is the fact sheet part? What is that? Task B4. Okay. Task B4. This one also we have done. I have shared it. Anyway, right. Where are we? Here. Right. So if you look at this, you can see that 108, 54 plus 36 plus 18. 8 plus 6, 14 plus 4 is 18. And then 6, 9, 10. So that's the addition of all these, right? So what they're asking is, what is the percentage of 54 out of 808? Right? Display ski run type blue as a percentage of 108. That's what they ask. So how do you do it? I told you, like in Excel, we don't multiply by 100 if you want to convert it into percentage. Just get it as a fraction, right? So length divided by 108. But since I'm going to copy this down, I need to lock this cell. So press F4, lock it up, and then enter. It's a fraction. Then in home, you have this option of changing it to percentage. Click on percentage, and it's 50%, and copy it down. You get the other percentages. Simple, right? One spreadsheet function to calculate the average length of all the ski runs. Okay, average ski run, that's here. So that is average function. You can insert it as an auto average function. Just drop it down here and select average. Again, it is selecting two empty cells. Let's select the 3 cells separately and press enter. 36. Okay, average. Okay, again they want this worksheet in formula view. I'm not going to do that right now. You know how to do it. Let's go to this one. Filter the members worksheet to show only the level 3 members. Right. So members worksheet, right? We have to use a filter. To use a filter, you click on one of the headings here. Just click on one of the headings and then go to data and select filter, data filter, right? Filter the members worksheet to show only the level 3 members. Only the level 3. So drop this down and deselect everything and select level 3. Simple as that. All right. That extracts only the level 3 records. Let me show you again. You have to clear the filter, switch off. All right. Click on one of the headings, field headings, then filter, drop the member type down, deselect everything and select only level 3. Okay. Simple. Right. Display only the data for member name and total cost columns. Member name and total cost. So the other columns can be hidden. Right. So select the column headings B, C, and D, and then right click on it and select hide. That's all. Right. Okay. Finally, Sam wants you to create a chart to display the percentage of ski run length from the details worksheet. Suitable chart title, labels showing the percentage, and appropriate series name. So they haven't specified the chart. So the other day, I think Binul or someone suggested to go for a pie chart. Yeah, that's the correct chart, I think, here, because normally when you're comparing values, you use column chart. When you are showing the contribution of small values into a larger value, we show in a pie chart. So here you can see these values are contributing to this 108. So it's a pie chart. If you are using a line chart, you are going to show the progress of something according to the time. Then there's scattergram, which shows the distribution of two values. We'll see that in a old syllabus question later on. So you select the ski run type like this, press Control and select the percentage of run like that. Okay, first this range and then Control. While pressing Control, you select the second range. Insert, go for a basic pie chart like this, and title is fine, percentage length of run. And then they want the percentages to be displayed as labels. So add chart element, data labels, and you can go for center. An appropriate series name. Series names are here. That's fine. And I also showed you that if you want to explode this chart, you can just click on the middle once again on the blue area and take it like that. Right? Or else if you click once and drag, also you can expand. Right? Click once, twice, drag, exploded chart. And if they, now here of course they have asked you to copy and paste it to another Word document. That's fine, that's easy, copy and paste. But I told you, if you copy it to Word document to increase the size of the chart so that it fills the page, and also increase the label size, the font size of these labels, so that it can be read even from a distance. Or else sometimes they ask you to move this chart to a new sheet and then print from there. So what you do is you right click on this chart and select move chart, new sheet. Okay, that's how it comes. Again, before printing, you need to increase the font size of these like that. Okay, and if you are entering the head and footer for this, it is slightly different. If you go to insert, head and footer, you can see it's not the normal view. You have to click on custom header or custom footer and then type your header here. Okay, that depends on the question. Right, finally, this one. Answer these questions in document task B3. Sam has worksheet showing the star rating of hotels the member will be staying in. The function Countif B3 to B14, B7 has been used in cell B15. Describe how this function works with this data. Okay, let me take the answer from what I shared. This we have done now. Even this one. Okay, here we go. This is the answer I gave you the other day. Countif counts the number of occurrences based on a condition. Countif function is used to count the number of occurrences. That means how many times a number is repeating based on a condition, right? Here it looks at the range B3 to B14. It looks at B3 to B14, the range, and counts how many times star rating 4, which is in B7. In B7 we have star rating 4. So this will count how many times the value in B7, which is 4, is repeated. That's the purpose of Countif. Based on a condition, you count the number of times a value is repeated. Understand? Binul, Loshan,
Yes.
Nilakshi,
Yes, sir.
understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just a minute. Right. Lastly, state the feature labeled in A. You can see that they have selected A1 to B7 and they have given a name for it. So this is called name range, named range or name range. What is this? What does this do? Well, now the range is A1 to B7. If you're using a formula, you don't need to refer to A1 to B7, or you don't need to put A1 to B7 in your formula, right? And you don't need to remember it either, because it may be really difficult to remember, right? So what we do is we give a meaningful label to represent that range. That is called name range. Where do you do that? You do it in the name box. You don't need to remember the cell range. Instead, can use a label to refer to the cell range in a formula. So it's so advantageous because you don't need to remember these cell ranges. Instead, you can give a meaningful name, right? The other day I showed you how this is done. Let me show you. So it's like this. Let's say I have some values. Okay, let's say I have these points. I'm selecting this range and I'm going to click on name box and give a label as points. Press enter. Right. So next time, if I want to add all the points together, I can use equals sum, open brackets. Instead of the range, I can just type points. Simple. Wherever I want, equals sum, or let's say average, equals average points. That's the advantage of using named ranges.